do our x-intercepts of a given function. So we're going to start with one. To enter your function or your equation, you need to go to your y equals, and you're going to enter it in as seen in the question. So I'm going to enter negative 2.5 x squared plus 7x plus 7. I'm going to hit graph. I should see my graph in front of me. Now your window may be a little bit different. It just depends on how your window is set. So for this particular one, I can see that I can't see the top of my graph. I would like to be able to see the top of my graph, so I'm going to adjust my window. I know that my y max value is what I'm going to want to shift. So I'm going to hit my window button. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go down to my y max. And I'm going to raise this to 20, just to see if it makes a difference. Hit graph again, and it will follow through with your graph. I'm happy with what I have because I can really clearly see my parabola. My equation had a negative leading coefficient, so I expect it would be facing downward. I can also see that I have the 7 as my constant at the end, so my graph seems reasonable. So now I'm going to go in to find my x-intercepts. I'm going to want my calculate button. So I'm going to go to my calculate menu by pressing second, trace, and I'm going to go down to my 0. So I'm going to hit 2, or you can scroll down, either one works. So I'm going to look for this or my left 0 first. So left bound is asking me to go to the left of that 0 or x-intercept. So I'm going to move my cursor to the left until I'm past my left 0. I've moved it a little bit further than you have to move it, but I'm just making a point. So I'm going to hit enter. If you have the same model as my calculator, you'll see that left frame. If not, there may be a line that will appear. Now it's asking me on the bottom of my calculator for the right bound. So I'm going to move to the right. I'm essentially just scrolling over, moving my cursor. So I'm clicking it a few times until I'm happy with that I have a right bound. It's asking me to take a guess. I can scroll down and take a guess, or I can just hit enter. Once I've hit enter, it's going to give me this 0. I know it's a 0 because my y coordinate is 0. So my x-intercept on the left is at negative 0.7817424. Now, more than likely, you're going to round that to negative 78/100ths or negative 8/10. But we're not finished. We still have a second intercept or x-intercept. So I'm going to hit second, trace. So I'm just repeating the process. I'm going to go down to my 0. But this time I'm actually looking for this one on the right-hand side. So I'm going to move my left bound over. I don't really have to because it is already on the left bound. So I'm going to hit enter. And then I'm going to go to the right bound. So I'm just continuously clicking until I know that I am past where I anticipate that x-intercept to be, or where it's crossing my x-axis. I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to hit enter to take a guess. This is going to give me my second 0, and you can see it at about 3 6/10 or 3 58/100ths. And I know it is in fact an x-intercept or 0 because my y value of the coordinate is 0.